Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a video that I did on my last video, and it was a tea chats video. This week I'm kind of breaking the tradition because I don't actually have a cup of tea with me. I actually have dilute fruit juice. So yeah, just gonna go with that. It's too warm to have tea. I mean, it's cooler than it has been because if you don't know, it's been like 30 to 35 degrees in the UK for the past week. But yeah, I just didn't really want tea because I had a massive one earlier. So we're just going to go with fruit juice this week. Fruit juice chats. New title. So yeah, in my last video I just chatted about general things that were kind of on my mind and that I felt like needed to be said or would help someone if I said it, or just things like that. It was a really random video, and as I already said in that video, it wasn't really planned and I wasn't sure if you guys would like it or not, but I had a suggestion on it saying, could you chat about GCSE? So that is what I'm going to do for you today. It's exactly the same. I'm going to do it in exactly the same way, just say what I think really. And try to give maybe a little bit of advice if I can. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do for you today. I'm just going to talk about GCSE and my experience, because I know quite a few of you guys are younger and you may be doing GCSEs at the moment, or they might be like upcoming for you. So I took my GCSEs a few years ago now. I've obviously been at college for 2 years. I left school 2 years ago, and GCSEs for me, I took a few different subjects because obviously you get to choose like your options. So I took, for my options, I chose child development, art, I don't think it was art and design, I think it was literally just art. I also chose ICT, and I feel like there was another one but I can't remember what it was. Literally can't remember. But those were my options because they were the ones that sort of stood out for me and I felt like I would do best in or would enjoy most, because for me at that time in my life I just wanted to sort of choose the subjects that I would find the most enjoyment in and that I would be best at really, because obviously that's what you want to do. I did want to take hair and beauty, but they actually took that out of like the option category thing, so for my year we weren't able to do that. But it doesn't bother me now because I've got to where I wanted to be anyway without that. It may have helped, but I don't know what it'd be without having that qualification anyway, because I never got the chance to have it. So yeah, child development was, all of the subjects that I chose were quite tricky to sort of keep on top of because there was so much like coursework involved with it, and I feel like looking back at it there was so much, and it definitely shouldn't be like that or have been like that, because I don't know what it's like now, I don't know, but I feel like there was just so much coursework and not enough time, and it just really adds pressure, and I feel like I've got a frog in my throat and I feel like if there was like, it was spaced out more so that you didn't just have a huge load of work to do for a certain like time, because obviously you only get a certain amount of time for your GCSEs. I feel like it would be so much easier, but I did my best, I feel like, so I am quite happy. I never really get disappointed with my grades because I feel like I tried my best and that's all you can do. So just try not to like worry about them too much. I know it's so hard and for me to say that to you, but I think GCSEs can be a time where a lot of things are changing, education wise and in your life as well, because obviously you're a teenager and stuff, and I think it's easy to just let all that pressure get on top of you, and for me it definitely did, and it changed my whole mindset, and like I could have done better at school if I hadn't been like struggling at that point in my life with like anxiety, because that was the time that I struggled with anxiety the worst, and I just didn't know what to do about it. I didn't want to complain about it, but at the same time I felt like I couldn't do anything physically because that was stopping me. It's so hard to explain if you haven't like had anxiety, but I feel like most people have had anxiety at one point in their life, but it's hard from another person's perspective to understand it and understand the mindset of somebody with anxiety. But yeah, I just couldn't physically do things, and people wouldn't understand that well. They would find it quite difficult to understand why I couldn't physically do things, but I didn't really know myself either. So that personally did take a toll on my grades, I feel like. Yeah, I think just sort of like definitely get like a planner as well, and a timetable of when you're going to revise, whether that's revision during lessons or revision at home. Especially at home, like create a planner and a timetable for when you're going to be doing revision, because sometimes you can revise too much. For me, if I revise too much, it just mind boggles me and makes it a lot worse. So for me personally, I learn by sort of learning things very soon before I have to take the test, but obviously that's not the same for everyone, and I definitely think you should revise over a course of time and put the hours in and the work in, but there should be an equal balance between revision and also doing things that you enjoy. Just equally balance out your life and try and fit in quite a lot of things that you like to do as well, like at the weekends. Even if it's just for a few hours, and then revise for a few hours as well that day. You've got the balance, you've done a bit of both. You're sorted really, and just like you can get sticky notes and just put little notes on them, stick them around your room or things like that. Sometimes that would help for me, because definitely for me, I don't learn by just looking for a book. It bores me so much and I can't concentrate. Also, if you struggle from like concentration, because I definitely do whenever I have to try and learn or revise something that I'm not that like interested in, because obviously GCSEs, you're not necessarily like, wow, I've got GCSEs, how fun. You're like, oh, I just want them to be over and done with. So definitely just sort of do things that the way that you learn, because there's nothing better than finding out the way you learn, and that can take a while, because for me it did. Like for maths, at maths I'm really bad to be honest. Let's just put that out there for you guys. I'm bad at maths, but I think it's just finding the way that you learn to sort of get it in your brain a little bit more. So once you know that, it's so much easier just to practice it and go over it. Also, just go over your notes loads and loads of times, really. That's one recommendation. Just keep going over them. Like even if you're going out, just take the notes in your pocket and then you can just get them out every now and then, have a little look. And I think that way it sort of gets into your mind without feeling like a drag, or like you have to think, okay, it's time to sit down and revise now, like let's get on this. I think it's better if you just have notes and you can just look at them. It's more like laid back, but you're still learning at the same time. But obviously you should definitely sit down as well and revise more, with more concentration and stuff. But yeah, just find the balance. Is definitely something that I recommend. Juice chats. I'm going to have to change this every single time, because I know I won't stick to drinking a certain type of drink. As you can tell, last week it was tea, and I said it was going to be tea chats every week. This week I've just got some juice, like some average basic juice. So I also think around the time of my GCSEs there was quite a few distractions, and that was in class. Like there was loads of distractions, and there was a lot of people that didn't really care and just wanted to be there for a laugh, and I was never really like that. I was always like, okay, I'm at school, I actually want to learn. I know that sounds like you are going to say that, but it was true. I just felt like I was there, so I need to learn. I don't want to be here to like have a laugh and have a little bit of a joke around. I did actually want to learn and get good grades, but there were so many distractions that made it hard for that to happen, and I feel like you can't really avoid it. You can definitely like obviously tell that it's affecting you. So just tell somebody like, I can't concentrate, please could you like move this person or sort this out. Obviously there's a lot of drama as well at school, so that might distract you as well, so definitely try to keep away from any drama or anything if you can, because that's always a good thing. I was never like in that, which is good and I'm pleased about. But yeah, just like try to stay away from the distractions and the people you know that aren't there to learn, they're just there to have a laugh, because you can easily get distracted and get into their little zone sort of thing, because I did a couple of times and then I thought, I need to concentrate, like my GCSEs are very, very soon, so I do actually need to like knuckle down and stuff. So just remember, there are going to be people like that, and they're not going to care about what grade you're going to get. They're not going to care about distracting you, because they only care about themselves at the end of the day. So just like stay away from them people, really. My phone is blowing up. My Instagram blows up so much these days. Damn. I also think that like if you're offered after school revision classes, to think about going to them. Like maybe not all the time, because I know that can seem like such a drag and such a bore, but just like think about it, because I think sometimes they are helpful, because the amount of people that goes to them are obviously less and not everyone goes, so you're in more of like a smaller space and you've got more attention from like whoever's teaching you, so you might be able to learn a little bit better and like revise a bit better. So definitely just think about going to revision sessions as well, and also don't feel that you can't ask for your teacher's help, because obviously that's what they're there for, and you can definitely ask if you don't understand something and you're worried about like doing it because it might affect your grades. So definitely ask about anything you're unsure about, because it's only going to help you in the long run. It's not going to affect you otherwise, it's just going to make you better, because you'll understand it more and you'll also feel a lot better once you know whatever you're asking about. Because for me, I was a bit like, no, I'm not gonna ask, like, no thanks. I definitely feel like I should have asked more questions when I was at school and when I was taking GCSEs. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for this video. I do hope you enjoyed just seeing me chat again without my tea. I'm very sorry about that. But I hope that maybe you found this a little bit helpful, or, you know, got something out of it, because that's all I want for you guys. Don't forget to leave comments down below and let me know what you would like to see next on my channel, because I always love getting your suggestions and it just helps me to produce content for you guys. So at the end of the day, that's all I want. So just let me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love it so much if you did, and give the video a like if you did enjoy. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!